Hey guys, coming to you from the basement arcade tonight. I was actually down here working on my Terminator 2 arcade. I just got this in down here a day or two ago from the garage. It's been sitting for about a month because of bad weather. I couldn't move it through the yard and get it down the steep hill to the basement. So I just decided to grab my camera and just make a quick video about it. It's down and dirty, it's not professionally edited. If that's what you're expecting, then this is not the video for you. I'm just an average guy making videos. But yeah, overall it's in pretty good shape. I bought this machine for $500. The only serious problems it has are neither one of these guns are working properly. But we'll get to that in just a minute. Things wrong with the machine. This marquee is extremely faded. It's got some cracking in the artwork. It needs to be replaced. The screen was actually not in bad shape on this unit here. When I first got it down here, it was actually blown out in the right hand corner pretty bad. All the colors were messed up like a rainbow. It needed to be degaussed. So I took the back panel off and degaussed the screen. I noticed also at that time there were some bulbs in the back part of the transparent mirror that need to be replaced. These are bulbs that, so I'm getting ahead of myself here. This unit actually has the monitor down here in the bottom, and it reflects on a mirror here at the top. And there's it's a transparent mirror. There's bulbs behind it that actually light up, so when you see explosions and after effects from your grenade launcher, it actually adds to the screen here, giving an extra glare or extra brightness. But these bulbs never get replaced in the arcade, so I've got to replace them. They're burned out. Luckily for me, the game doesn't have any board issues or sound issues. You know, for $500, you never know what to expect. Sometimes you have to do a complete rebuild of the entire game, and this one's in pretty good shape. The artwork's actually faded pretty badly on the side. No, I mean it's not horrible, but that red should be a bright red. It's more like a bright pink around the T2 and throughout the artwork here. I'm not sure how well it's coming across here in the camera. And the control panel is faded. Needs some work and love to it. But the truth is, I don't like replacing artwork on my arcade machines unless they're just really badly damaged. I kind of like the worn patina look to it. I've never been in a real arcade in my life where the machines were in pristine condition anyway. Usually they smell like smoke, there's gum attached to them, you see markers written all over the side of the machines. A lot of arcades out there, machines are in really bad shape. I kind of like the worn look. It tells the story of what the game has been through in its life, how it was treated, where it was at. It's just kind of a history that I like to preserve in my games here. So none of my games down here are in extremely pristine condition. That's by design. If the artwork's badly chewed up or badly damaged, I'll go ahead and replace it. But in general, I like to kind of keep it original. Yeah, let's talk about these guns, right? So, these guns work in the sense that when you start the game, you pull the trigger, you see the shooting on the screen, you hear the sounds shooting. You don't see any crosshairs for the guns on the screen. And that's because these potentiometers down here are having problems. There's one here, and there's one here toward the front of the machine. I don't know if you can see it here on camera. It's right here, right where my finger's at, right here. And these guns are not light guns. They work kind of like a traditional computer mouse. You've got potentiometers here that go against a plastic wheel that spin up and down, and that measures the X and Y coordinates of the gun as they're moved. And then you have a piston that likes to vibrate against a metal plate back here that simulates the recoil of the gun. So right now the recoil doesn't work. And it's usually because there's a metal plate here that likes to shear off over time under constant trauma from the piston back and forth. It shears off over time. You either got to spot weld that back together or replace it with a new metal bracket that you can have fabricated in a metal shop. And these potentiometers. Now sometimes you get lucky on the potentiometers, or you can clean them and they'll start working. And this is one of my favorite stuff I like to use in my arcade machines here. This is a special electronics cleaner. If you have any kind of corrosion on electrical circuitry, potentiometers, anything where the solder work, where it's corroded and oxidized, put a spray load of this on, wait about 5 minutes, and it actually dissolves it off. And then it puts a protective coating on top of it to where you don't have oxidation happen again for a very long time. It's dirt cheap. It's like $5 a can. This has saved my butt so many times, so I don't have to actually solder on new components or do a solder rework or reflow when I'm rebuilding these machines. I actually used it on this Star Wars cabinet behind here. There's a small potentiometer inside the cabinet for volume control, and it was doing the sporadic going low to high randomly. Sprayed a little bit of that in there, cleaned it up, and it's been working fine for about 6 months now. No problem. But with that being said, I don't think that's what's going on here with these guys. In the diagnostics menu for calibrating these guns, I'm not seeing any XY movement on the coordinates when these guns are being moved, which makes me think they're dead. These parts are not expensive. These are about 30, 35 bucks a piece off eBay or a couple of the electronics store shops where you can get components. There's 2 per gun, so there's 4 need to be replaced. And I kind of think it's a pretty good bargain if I can spend $200-300 bucks repairing these guns, maybe less, and I've only got $500 or so in the arcade machine itself. You know, for those who are not in this trade, if you find with these in fantastic condition, and we're talking like collector's condition, where the artwork's pristine, everything's been completely rebuilt in these games. These games go anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500. So the fact that I've got $500 in this, maybe another $200-300 repairing these guns, I'll have a cabinet in pretty good shape, not perfect, but really good player shape. I can live with that. Well, how does the screen work and how does it play and sound? Let's find out real quick. Let me coin it up real quick and just give you a brief shot here, but you'll see what I'm talking about with no crosshairs working.
It's Judgment Day.
As you see, there's no crosshairs anywhere. No recoil. But other than that, not bad. Anyway, I just want to make a down and dirty video and just kind of show you guys what I'm working on tonight. Catch you again next time.